1. Hi, all my wonderful royal friends, Devil Bear, writing you a rant of sorts about my job at La Burger Royale that left me tired, frustrated, plus my nerves, body, and injury really sore. To all the customers that come into this burger joint to place their orders via the drive-thru between the time of 6:32 and 8:21 today, including some who came before I took my 10-minute break on this hot day, whether it was mid-80s but felt like the 90s or worse, triple digits. A little note. We're only going drive-thru today, due to people not putting their masks on due to the Delta variant of good old Lady Rona. To those who didn't wear their masks during this time, may a wild, flatulent mongoose crawl down your trousers. To those who ordered 2 meals without doing it clearly, cleanly, and precisely, got rescued by my amazing MIC, Santa Cruz, who took over and later gave me that break. I'm very disappointed in your ordering execution. Not only did I have a hard time figuring out what you wanted, my cohort you ended up speaking to get that package figured out. I'm not writing this down word for word, just the way you ordered was sloppy. All you could have done was allow me to ring up the order and ask about the size of the meal and the drink flavor. Then tell me what you wanted done with your sandwiches. Num num num. To those who came into the drive-thru all at once, you made me big time angry for one simple situation I'm dealing with right at this moment. I have a hernia in my groin area that makes it impossible for yours truly to stand for a long period. I'm trying to remedy this problem with a couple of doctor's visits, an ultrasound last Friday, and a normal exam on Wednesday the week before. You demanding customers just didn't pan things through. And mainly, to the Kevin and the Karen of a mom who threw me, my manager, and my coworker into a time-consuming, dumb-making, frustrating tirade about your order when we're out of our large drink cups, plus not even knowing that we charge for cups. Note, we actually changed franchise ownership from an independent group, formed by my former owner and good friend, especially during fall college football season, to a new group that just have the same burger joint, but also has some fried chicken chains named for a cartoon sailor who likes to eat spinach. Larry, I think his name is. A big fat F-U infinite. Not only did you get my frustrations into overdrive, but my 2 co-workers were angry as well, never clarifying, always complaining, giving us runarounds and asking my MIC to sign her name on your receipt and such. All I can say is I hope karma will get both of you in a heartbeat. Thank you for listening to my rant. I really needed it after the day I've had. 2. Hello, my wonderful Royale fans. Devil Bear Hokturian here with another chronicle, in the form of a rant, about what I witnessed during my shift last Wednesday. My shift-covered lunch hours were, most was normal. Some had me seeing stars, where one customer ordered 2 W Juniors large fries, large drink, and a shake that was easily made as a large W Junior meal with additional sandwich and shake, to which they said I did great, which makes them not so? But I digress. But these 3 made moi a little annoyed, and these 3 annoyances are thus. 1, a customer came in along with another. He was a separate customer with no problems, who asked a rather stupid question. Which question, do you ask? Well, it's about if we're doing dine-in. The problem with that is my work is very short-staffed, plus at the time this still took place, COVID was running about. I mean, it's still running about, but this was at its peak. We have taped a paper message on our door telling customers that we're open to drive-through, mobile and order pickups, delivery pickups and to-go orders, but could not dine in at the time. So when I said no and repeated it with a little authority, he said, quite nasty, "Well, you just lost a customer." Like, seriously, grow up. You wanted to start trouble from the very beginning. If you don't want to read what's posted, go someplace else, please. 2. Another customer came through our drive-thru. I did my usual spiel. "Welcome to Issaquah Burger Royale. How can I get for you?" This person was just a voice, relevant later in this part, starts to order a Bacon King, to which I asked this: would that be a meal or a sandwich only? Now folks, this question is always used in our line of work so you, the customer, can make a simple decision. It makes ordering easier for all with no problems, but this one, well... Let's just say I ended up on a strange amusement ride. Think of an elevator-type ride where it slowly climbs up, wiggle you on the curved track, drops you till you get a funny look on your face. That Kevin blatantly skips answering that question and starts adding some chicken nugs, to which I reminded him that he didn't answer my question. Which, I don't know if I was coming across as assertive or something, but he got hoity-toity on me, and wanted to talk to my manager, but did something else. He reversed his car out of the ordering section, and this surprised me along with both my managers, a mother and daughter team, great bosses, ready to tell that goof that my question was mandatory. If you can't answer a question about what you want, then what's the point of ordering? 3. This is the smallest trend, that not happened once but twice. The reason? It's on people clearly not realizing which style of drive-through windows are in my line of work. Some may have 2 windows to stop at, one to pay for your orders, the other to collect it, while some, in the case of my work's location, only have one that does the combo of payment and collect. So with that said, on 2 separate occasions, from my point of view, these people paid their orders and drove away slightly, thinking that there was another window, only to realize that we only have one and scooted back to retrieve their orders, then left me with confused looks. And that's all the rants I want to vent about for now. 3. Hello, royal subjects, Devil Bear here, recounting his most unusual events at the famous home of the Whopper. I had some pretty interesting customers yesterday, but one person and one incident took the whole enchilada. The person in question was not a customer ordering her food, and that's right, I did say her. She was working as a food delivery driver. I think Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, you get the gist. Who did this dumbest move in all of my hours of working at the DT. She didn't even stop at the speaker area to let me know that she's here to pick up a delivery order. Instead, she told me through the window. I tried telling her to either come around to the speaker or come inside, please, only to repeat and ask why. I tried telling her what needed to be done the best way I could due to my childhood trauma that left me with a difficulty saying and thinking at the same time. One component wasn't ready yet, only to give me heck. What component, you ask? It was a simple shake, a chocolate Oreo. So I thought, okay, I'll play your game, Karen, in a silent but deadly malicious compliance mindset, so I decided to give her the order, but when I tried making that shake, the delivery driver decided to leave without realizing something was missing. So whoever had that order, my apologies for not having the drink ready, but as for the delivery person, I hope you come to the realization that sometimes little things such as patience and following guidance can make a big difference. Now, the incident that happened way after was our carbon monoxide alarm at close to 3 p.m. went off, making my manager, a wonderful lady boss, kind but lets you know what you need to work on. Understands my temper when I get pushed to the edge from customer stupidity. Yeah, I tried. Had me calling 911. Told what happened, had to wait for an hour, called my parents about it, and just simply left when it was 4:02 p.m., not risking my health to clock out. And with good reason. During the wait, one of the firemen told me about a situation at a McDonald's in Arizona, where they too had the CO2 alarm off, but a couple of workers and a few firemen were conked out due to exposure from it. I guess you could say that me, my co-workers, and the manager were lucky. Just can't wait for tomorrow and see what unfolds. 4. I work at a small gas station in a semi-rural, semi-urban area in the United States. I work as a cook and I'm not a bad worker. I work hard but have made many mistakes to both my assistant manager and the kitchen manager's annoyance. Today I found out something that apparently really annoys my assistant manager, is that I mostly make pizzas and am given a daily demand sheet of how many pizzas to make for the store's display case per hour. The sheets are made by my district manager. Sometimes the sheet calls for 3, 6, or 9 slices of a certain kind of pizza. So when the sheet calls for half a pizza, I just make half a pizza. Despite this, the pizzas always come out fine and customers never complain or even notice. I am usually decent at making the pizza, however my kitchen manager and assistant manager both have a problem with this. It upsets them, and both have told me to stop doing it and to instead make a full pizza. But because I want to do as I am told by corporate, because I don't want to waste food, and because I didn't think it was that big of a deal, I have continued to make half pizzas. As I've mentioned, the customers never noticed or cared one way or the other. So today, when the sheet called for me to make 3 slices of beef pizza, I made half of a beef pizza. The pieces came out really nice, and as I finished making it, and was about to put it in the oven, my assistant manager walked into the kitchen and again told me that I can't make half pizzas. I nodded, but still put the pizza in the oven, being that the pizza was already made. I assumed she'd be fine with this too. She wasn't.
"So don't cook it!"
she snapped at me. I explained that I didn't want to get in trouble with corporate. This suddenly enraged her. She started going on a mini angry rant about how all her and the kitchen manager and main manager do not want me making half pizzas. She said a couple of other things and then maliciously, sarcastically remarked that this will be a fun night. She was referring to how both her and I were the only ones working together tonight, being that the store is so small, and only 2 people are needed for cashiering and cooking, at least according to the company. I didn't say anything for a moment, but I didn't want to leave things on a bad note, so I tried to de-escalate the situation by explaining that I wasn't trying to annoy her, that instead I just didn't want to get in trouble. This spiraled into another mini rant in which she remarked that I would be getting in trouble with the manager if I kept making these half pizzas. About a minute later, she dropped a communal phone charger that she thought was mine, and my phone onto a kitchen table and told me to charge my phone at home. I had it charging behind the front counter, where I usually charge it, because there are charging slots up there. These encounters really shook me up because months she had always struck me as an intelligent, friendly, professional woman to whom I had somewhat regularly frequented a regular chit-chat with, usually initiated by her. After her sarcastic remark, I expected her to apologize, but no apology ever came. Instead, later on into the night, she attacked again. The sheet told me to make my last pizza for the store's display at 8 p.m., so I did exactly this. The pizza expires after an hour, so I had to throw the pizza slices away at 9. A little after 9, the assistant manager came into the kitchen and maliciously asked me if it was too hard to make more pizza for the warmer. Mind you, she had no idea what the sheet had requested for the night. She made a comment about how the store was open for 2 more hours. Being that this kind of behavior is unusual for her, I was confused, because I wrongly assumed that she would not attack me for simply doing what the sheet ordered. So I told her that I wasn't sure what she meant. She repeated herself. I was still confused, so she repeated herself again. But I was still confused, so I just remained silent this time. As she was leaving the kitchen, she angrily exclaimed,
"Pizza! Pizza! That's what I meant!"
My shift ended 2 hours ago, and I was never apologized to. I'm anxious to work with her again, and I'm scared she'll talk badly to my manager about me. I've already gotten a decent amount of complaints from hot-headed customers. I'm sharing this because I wanted to set this story out, and because I want your opinion. How in the wrong were each of us here? I know she acted very professionally, unacceptable, but I can't help but feel that I provoked some of the aggression by accidentally undermining her authority. I do not want to report her, as I believe I will bring about more bad than good. I also want to give her a second chance, and I cannot quit this job, being that I live in a smallish town and I am limited on job opportunities. Well, the solution here I think is quite simple. Send a message. An email would probably be the better way to do it, just so you can lay your thoughts down quite clearly, to your district manager, not complaining. No, we're certainly not complaining here, we'd never do that. But asking for clarification. Say that you understand you've been asked to do your job one way. You've been told by someone else to do it another way, even though it contradicts what the district manager has told you. Say you've also been asked to make food later in the night than you've been told to. Also ask for clarification on this. Say you need clarification because it seems like you're getting in trouble no matter what you do and you feel that's not a tenable situation. So you just want to know once and for all the correct way to do things. Hopefully the district manager has enough sense to realize you're being picked on and addresses the situation. Maybe getting spoken to about it will be enough to put the wind up her. 5. Hello royal guests, Devil Bear here. Just got out of a quick soak in the tub and away from an exhausting shift with a personal question. My town where my work is located just got hit with a snow flurry last Sunday. My transit system went into emergency snow mode, where the only bus I can use is the snow shuttle that I can easily pick up on Gilman. The way I can get to it is to walk from my apartment through the small walk path, crossing front onto Rainier, then onto Gilman, where walking is no problem. But I digress, since that isn't what my question is about. It's actually on what I was hoping to expect through my shift with customers, hoping they order small amounts and not too big, too much, or take too long in ordering. What I got in reality was the opposite: too many meals, totals in the $35 to $50 range, people not telling me they want any deals at the very beginning, and I'm expected to have it at the window and telling me in mid-ordering, dealing with app issues, drive-through crowds coming in willy-nilly, all of it along with a few new workers trying their darndest on working their areas, while my manager is trying to help everybody out with our ordering times completely in the red. That made things overwhelmingly tense and upset that one customer that ordered 7 meals said that I had an attitude. I ended up apologizing for that, telling her about the situation I was forced in. Said to me that she gets it, but the final straw that brought me to over my breaking point is my co-worker was not in focus by delivering a drink that I set for the final order to the car at the window, and asking for that drink itself like, huh? It broke my humane self into mental and emotional breakdown, broken-hearted, like it's a no-win, feeling that even customers themselves say they get it, when I'm feeling that they clearly don't. So my question is this: how do you expect to do what you can in a QSR place where it's still in pandemic mode, with effectively severe weather patterns, heavy snow, whiteouts, windstorms, floods, overheating degrees, brownouts, etc., and a reduced menu when it's getting close to closing time, without losing your temper and sanity at the same time? Hey everybody, Hellfreezer here, and thank you very much for listening to Adventures in Fast Food and Retail, episode 202. And thank you very much to everybody who allowed me to use their stories in this video. A big thanks to Devil Bear, because most of the stories in this video belong to them. You really helped me out this week. If you really enjoyed these stories and you'd like to get access to all the videos on the Monday instead of having to wait every day of the week, then come support me on my Patreon page, which is linked in the description. Head on over there, support me for as little as $1 or more if you wish, a month. You'll also find links to the Hellfreezer merchandise store on Teespring, as is a link to the Hellfreezer Discord if you'd like to join that community there. A very nice group of people there indeed. And if you especially enjoyed today's video, then why not leave a tip? Do that by clicking on the heart with the $sign underneath. Of course, none of that is ever required, but I'm very grateful if you choose to do so. Okay. No other bits and bobs today, so let's move right along to Hellfreezer's question of the day. And today's question is... Okay, now be honest. Has a song ever made you cry, or is there a song you can't listen to or sing without feeling tears in your eyes? Mine's an easy one, because I was just listening to it yesterday, and it always has the same effect on me. It's a Lin-Manuel Miranda song. It's called Quiet Uptown. It's from the Hamilton soundtrack, which is basically from Hamilton, because it's sung through. And it takes place in the aftermath of the death of his and Eliza's son, Philip. It died in a duel. I don't think that counts as a spoiler. It did actually happen in real life as well. I just can't sing or listen to that song without especially singing it, because it hits me in a very emotional way. It's just a wonderful performance all round by everyone involved in it, and I quite like Lin-Manuel Miranda's singing voice. I think it's quite good. It's not the best in the world, not the most technically perfect, but I don't think a voice has to be technically perfect in order to convey emotion with truth. But anyway, that's my answer. What do you guys think? What are the songs that really get you emotional, if you're willing to share? And before we go, let's have the answer of the day from a previous video. And today's answer comes from Adventures in Fast Food and Retail, episode 200. And this question was in relation to, do you see yourself in the same place in your life next year? So it was an easy, totally non-heavy one that week. Let's see what answers we got. I think I had one there. Come on, where is it? We got a lot of good answers for this one, but I'm going to pick this one from the Hunter, who's actually one of my moderators. And their answer is, for me, I'm chill where I am at, both home-wise and job-wise. The one I don't mind changing is me getting out more and enjoying more of my city. Baby steps. I gotta get off the couch first. Thank you very much for your answer, Hunter. And with that, I'm gonna head off for now. So until next time, thank you very much for listening, and take very good care of yourselves.